Hello guys, welcome to our channel. This is Mommy Triplet plus one cooks. Her name is also Kotsi. Yes, I know a lot of you do not know that I'm a mother of triplets. Yes, I am a mother of triplet plus one, your host and moment with Kotsi. Keep watching because we have gist today. Gist about what? Relationship. Either romantic or casual relationship. We should learn to build relationship. And in marriages, what do you do to keep your marriage beautiful? Keep watching. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to look at some things that really make sense in marriages and some people ignore it, which is very important in relationship. Seek who to love, not whom. Seek who to love and not who to marry. Build relationship. A lot of people are going about looking for who to marry. In actual sense, you're supposed to look for who to love. If you love somebody, it builds and it will help you in your marriage, and you'll be running up and down looking for acceptance because you've already built a foundation on love, and that will guide you. Another thing is you do not have to have an emotional attachment to anyone to love them. You can actually say to someone, I love you, without having the feelings of butterfly in your belly. Okay, now, you know a lot of people cannot tell somebody I love you. In fact, when they see you show kindness to them, like a lady showing kindness to a man, the guy is already telling his friend, she loves me, oh, the girl is falling for me, she does things for me, she buys me gifts. There are people who are naturally like that. I know a lot of people who have misunderstood me. A lot. Like, I'm being kind to you doesn't mean I want anything for you. For Christ's sake, I'm married. What do I need you for? It's just my nature to be kind to people. And in fact, there are people I don't even know and I'm kind to them. In your own case, because I know you and I'm kind to you, I'm like, you're misunderstanding me. So a lot of people, I understand that they do not come from families where they showed them love. So whenever they saw love, they interpreted it as sex or as being romantic or something. So I understand upbringing is very important also. So when you see somebody having those kind of feelings towards you where he misinterprets your actions, so then please understand that they do not come from a family background where love was shown freely. You must have to do something to earn it. Another point here is that if you have emotional issues, you can pray, ask God for grace. Yes, a lot of people are going through a lot. Some are being through a lot already, but they try to pray about it. I hear people tell people, pray about it, don't worry. You see someone going through depression, you begin to ask the person to pray about it. Why not join the person in prayers? Sometimes they are not able to pray. Join the person in prayers. And I tell you, the person will be lifted. Because when the Bible says, when two or three are gathered in his name, he is there. So I think if you do that, you are really helping the person. Another thing here is, if you cannot compromise, don't think marriage. Don't even go into it. Because if you cannot compromise, you can't marry. When I say compromise, I mean that you have to let some things go to be able to live with your partner. Remember, you guys come from different backgrounds, different upbringing. Maybe your father used to take you out on a date. His father don't take him out on a date. Something like that. Or better still, just know that there are things you need to let go to be able to stay with your partner. That is a compromise I'm talking about too. A lot of women are still unmarried. Some men are unmarried because they feel that I can't take this nonsense. I can't do this. I can't do that. So, my dear, before you marry, just know that there's a lot of compromise in marriage. Another thing we are going to talk about today is, guys, if you know you cannot cook, don't even marry. Don't even think of marriage. Because Esau and Jacob cooked, not Rebecca. Cooking is not gender-based. You see, a lot of people think that because you're a woman, you must be the one to cook. Let me tell you, there are times a woman needs to rest. The woman needs to rest because stress causes a lot of problems, like even cancer in women. So a woman needs to rest. As a husband, if your wife is down and you don't have a help, who cooks for you? Remember, you were cooking as a bachelor. All of a sudden, you just said no because you are married, you can't do anything. My dear, help her out. The house chores is not for, it's not gender based. It's not until you are a woman to do it. Esau and Jacob cooked. Remember, it was the porridge that sowed someone's birthright. So you should understand this. Their father was preparing them for their wives. So men, learn how to cook. If you know you are not married watching this video, learn how to cook. You might not just be the one cooking every day. And please, if you know that your wife is tired and you cannot cook, get her a cook and pay for it. Don't stress her. I know women will like this part. Another part here is so some of you have been hearing these 5 love languages, but you don't understand what it means. Let me tell you. I know in one of the videos I did it, but I didn't really itemize it. I didn't, talk more on all of the 5. But now I want to tell you something. Before you get married, please know your partner's love language. Is very important so that you don't have World War II in that house. I know you won't want to experience that. So now we are going to talk about words of affirmation. There are a lot of people who came from families where their mothers will see them dress up and their fathers will be like, wow, you look good. And there are some people who didn't get that. So please, if your wife or husband is somebody who comes from a family, find out what is their love language so that you don't speak a different love language and then causing problems at home. You say, what's wrong with my wife? I buy her this and she's still sad. Oga, find out what she needs. Madam, find out what he needs. Love language is very important in marriage. There are some people who say, I love it when my husband tells me, wow, you look good. I like your hair. There are some men that do not recognize whether you made your hair or not, or your nails. You take a lot of pain doing all of this. But girl, let me tell you another secret. Look good for yourself, not just the man, because you'll be disappointed. Physical touch is another love language you should take seriously. If your spouse is someone that's physical touch is their love language, please touch them. Touch them. Don't ask me how. Anyhow the person wants it. Touch the person. You are at liberty to do that, and that is why you are married. Touch her. Touch him. Physical touch. Don't say, I've done this, I've done that, she's not appreciative. Have you touched her? Have you touched him? Find out your spouse's love language. It's important. Another love language here is quality time. How much time do you spend with your spouse? You know, there are men that will say, I bought my wife a car, I bought her a land, I took her to the salon, I shopped for her, and you are always traveling. Bros, have you spent time? When last did you spend time with her? You should study the love language so that you don't do things at miss. Study her love language, study his love language. There are men who want their wives to sit down in front of them. Let them just be looking at them, even if they are not talking. There are women who want the same. Please, study each other's love language. Spend quality time with whosoever has that love language. Don't joke with it. Don't go buying gifts. Don't go buying, cooking for her when she wants quality time. A lot of marriages are suffering actually because of these things. The 5 love language that is missing. Acts of service is another love language you shouldn't take for granted. Like when your spouse is doing something and you know that act of service is their love language, just go there, help the person out. There are times your partner will say, can you get me a cup of tea? Grab a cup of tea for the person. Do those things you know that will minister love to the person. It will be easier if you spoke the person's love language than going to do things that are not the person's love language. So do it anyhow, just to please that your spouse, because see, marriage is sweet when you make things easy. So guys, give us a thumbs up if this video made sense to you. Comment, share to your friends, and please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. I beg you. Should I kneel down? Please subscribe to our channel, please, to encourage me to keep dropping beautiful videos. It takes a lot of things to drop videos, but please, what do you do to your girl? Give me a thumbs up, please. Support me, support your girl. Bye.